Let's talk.
Ati nifungue mlango, ati nipange mchele, anipange nyama. Sasa karibuni kesho tuwe na ibada ya shukurani na sisi wote tuko pamoja.
Tunamwambia huyu dada wetu hapana, lete mzee ya maandamano hapa. Lakini Your Excellency, nilikuwa na shangaa hawa watu na ni watu wazima wanavaa sufuria kwa kichwa. Nilikuwa na shida, iko shida gani? Lakini nimechunguza nikakuja kuona hakuna makosa imefanyika. Kama wewe unatembea na Wajakoya, unaweza kosa kuvaa sufuria kwa kichwa? Unaweza kosa? Sasa hiyo ndio shida ya huyu dada wetu, anatembea na Wajakoya. Sasa si mnajua ile vitu Wajakoya anatumia? Sasa wewe ukitembea na Wajakoya, si hata wewe utatumia? Utakosa kuvaa sufuria namna gani?
Why do you think the president and his deputy and his CS and Mudavadi came to Mount Kenya region to launch old project? For one, I want to agree with everyone from Azimio and all the bloggers from Azimio and the nation media that these projects are old projects. Some of them were completed and most of them were completed early or late 2022. One thing I would agree is, and I want us to dive in, is why did the KK government came to Mount Kenya region to launch all the projects? For one, I'll be very sincere with you. As a person who believes in the truth, the Kenya Kwanza government was not interested in launching these projects. It was much interested in communicating with Wajiko. Remember, a few days ago, when there was a sign of a contract of CS and CAS and the PS, Rigathi Gachagua said this, that the CS and the PS have not been communicating to Wajiko. So they can tell that there is a lack of communication between the government and Wajiko. There have been miscommunication. And that's why most people are bitter. I would agree, majority of people are not happy with the KK government. And this offered an opportunity to come to Mount Kenya region to talk to Wajiko without seeming like they're doing politics. So what was the best plan? Pick those projects that have not been commissioned, let's launch them. The other thing, tuongee ukweli, even if it was commissioned by Uhuru Kenyatta or it was a Uhuru Kenyatta project, did you expect to call Uhuru Kenyatta to come and commission them? Who is the president of Kenya right now? Hai make sense hizo vitu zote. But for one, I would say this, the talks that we are to see happening between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza government are doomed to fail. Why? Another idea why Kenya Kwanza government was launching these old projects is because they were trying to win Wajiko or to get Wajiko support in case they say no to these talks. Remember, Kenya Kwanza government did their campaign on the narrative that they will never allow to have a nusu mukate with Raila Odinga. So one thing I'm sure is, and you can tell from Kenya Kwanza government, they are not interested in these talks. And they just wanted Wajiko to make sure Wajiko is behind them in saying no to these talks. So one thing I will guarantee, and I'm not a prophet of doom, the talks between Raila Odinga and Kenya Kwanza government are doomed to fail. Look at Kenya Kwanza government, the person they picked, Ichung'wa. Ichung'wa is one of the hardliners somehow. And we can tell this is a person who have been speaking along that they don't want nusu mkate government. So, 100% sure, unless something happens, these talks will not work. And that's why Kenya Kwanza government came to Mount Kenya region to get support from Wajiko, to have a connection with Wajiko, because there have been lack of communication with the government. The communication has not been so good. And if Wajiko says no to the talks, why as a Kenya Kwanza government, then we go to communicate or to have a talk with Raila Odinga and his team. That's why Kenya Kwanza government had to come to Mount Kenya region. It was not about the development, it was getting support. It was to win Wajiko and make sure Wajiko supports no to dialogue. That was the plan, nothing else. So wait and see. Otherwise, tonight next video, I'm your host James.